Welcome to another podcast on Youthology Live. Every week we take a topic in youth leadership and create a resource just for you. This week we're talking about the critical mission of the church and how the family fits in with that. This is a remarkable discussion, especially with the holidays coming up and all of the family time that we're going to get. I want to look at the family and the undeniable mission of the church. Listen, I don't think any of us can argue that the goal of the church and the gospel is to transform people's lives and culture through the message of Christ, right? To transform people's lives and culture through the message of Christ. I mean, what could be any more important than that? And we need to lessen the distractions and the messages that take away from that. So, how do we see the world to a relationship with Christ? Do we start in the marketplace? How about the office? Maybe you think that the school or the university campus is the place that we transform people's lives. And ultimately, we transform culture through those means. I mean, some would argue that it's media, World Wide Web, and that phenomenon. Certainly the internet and social media is the fastest way to reach society, right? I mean, everybody has their methods or their ways, but listen, it doesn't stop with these. What about implementing citywide outreaches and crusades, writing books? What about church evangelism and outreach programs and all those kind of community events? Listen, all of that is good, but I think there is one idea that is more important than all of these. The family is the key to national reformation, societal change, and world revival. Pretty simple, right? Well, listen, there are many reasons the family is the key to transforming culture. History has proven that family is the central system of every culture on the globe. And that Reformation can best take place in an intergenerational setting. Okay? Parents relating to teenagers and teenagers relating to parents and grandparents involved in the family. Listen, in the face of the recent Supreme Court decisions redefining the family, here are 10 ways the family could impact society in America. A national revolution could take place in the coming years if we look at these 10 principles, okay? Listen, number one, the national and global focus upon the family right now gives it an advantage of awareness that can open opportunity for the family to receive resources, government and community aid, right? And assistance. So this natural focus on the family right now could really lend toward the family bringing societal change. Number two, our families are the best contextual way to speak the language of the communities they live in. That's right, set into the communities they live in. It's the best way to reach them. Number three, family is the one system that all of us come from. It is the genesis of formation. I believe the beginning of the message of Christianity began with family formation. Number four, the presence of the family is the one system that exists in each community, in every sector of the globe, of the world. From neighborhood community programs, education in schools, corporate and business, entertainment and media, religious and parachurch organizations. The family is at the center of each of these ecosystems, you might say. So reaching the family, then you reach each of these sectors and these ecosystems. Okay, number five. When a family resides in a community, they have immediate access because of the adaptation of that family into the neighborhood that it lives in. It takes all kinds of people to reach all kinds of people. Parents reaching parents and kids reaching kids. I understand that context? Listen, that's the first 5 ways that I believe the family can reach society. Next week, I want to give you 5 more. Okay, 5 more mission-based principles on how the family can transform society. Listen, maybe you, like me, saw in the Baltimore Rats just a few years ago the young man who was out protesting and standing up for this cause, and all of a sudden, live on television, the mother comes walking into the scene. You saw it like I did, right? And the narrative for these Baltimore Rats changed immediately. Well, it could have, had we capitalized on the importance of family revival and family awakening. This mother walks into the scene, takes her teenage son, grabs him by the collar, and walks him off the scene of that protest. Right? You saw shaking her fist at him all the way. Her friends watching this take place. Media all zoomed in on this. It was a great moment in television history. But we've forgotten about that, right? People don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about all of the faults in society. And here is one parent, one mother saying, that's not how I raised my son. Taking her son back to the car. Slams the door, right? And then she gets a little more in on him through the window and drives off with this. She became Mother of the Year in Baltimore and probably stole most of our hearts. What a great story of how families can impact communities. So listen, check us out again next week for I'm going to give you 5 more practical ways that the family can transform society. Okay, so join us. Don't miss it. Every week you can listen to it on iTunes. You can watch these on YouTube. You can read the narrative. You can copy off the transcript right off our website at ythology.com. ythology.com. All the resources you want. Listen, we'll finish up this podcast next week on transforming culture, okay? Transforming culture through families. I'll see you next week.